Welcome back to the deep dive. So you've got this dream, right? A villa in Phuket, sun, sand. But you're here because you want the shortcut. You want to know how to make that dream a solid, secure asset.
Exactly. And that's what we're focused on today, moving past the beautiful pictures. Because the allure of Phuket is one thing, but a smart investment is something else entirely. It's about understanding the legal side, the due diligence.
And we've got the perfect source for that. Our deep dive today is built entirely on the expertise of Ocean Worldwide. They're a luxury real estate agency that's been on the ground in Phuket since 2004. So this isn't some generic checklist from the internet.
No, not at all. This is from decades of experience. The director, Sandra O'Neill, has personally helped, literally thousands of families and investors navigate this exact process. So we're basically breaking down their proven 9-step guide for you.
Okay, let's jump in. So before you even start looking at listings, Ocean Worldwide says the very first step is defining the purchase objective.
You have to be brutally honest with yourself here. What is this villa really for?
You mean is it just a holiday spot, a place you'll visit a few weeks a year?
Right. Because if it's a holiday bolt hole, you need to be close to the airport, close to the action. But if you're thinking about retiring there, well, that's a completely different set of priorities.
Suddenly you're looking for peace and quiet, good health care nearby.
Exactly. And then there's the third option. It's a pure investment, a cash flow machine.
Which means you're all about the rental potential.
All about it. High rental yield, areas that tourists love, professional management potential. If you don't get that objective clear from day one, you're setting yourself up for problems.
Okay, so that objective then leads you straight to location. Phuket isn't just one big beach, right? It's a bunch of different little markets.
It's a total mosaic.
Yeah.
And you have to choose. Do you want energy or do you want seclusion? For instance, Bang Tao Beach is incredibly popular. It's lively, great for families, lots of resorts, very desirable.
And on the other end,
You've got calmer places like Kamala Beach, which is a nice mix. And then if you're really pushing into the high end, you're looking at exclusive development, something like Laguna Lakeland Real Estate. The location has to match the goal.
all right, this is where I think the dream meets a cold splash of water. The budget. The sticker price is never the real price, is it?
Never. This is probably the #1 mistake first-time overseas buyers make. You have to factor in all the extras: stamp duty, legal fees, transfer taxes, maintenance.
So let's get into the numbers. What kind of range are we talking about here?
Well, let's start with your team. Legal fees will probably be between 1 to 2% of the purchase price. But the big one, the one that swings wildly, is the taxes and transfer fees.
How wildly.
It could be as low as 2 to 3%, but we've seen it go up to 5, 6, even 7%.
Whoa, okay. Why such a huge jump? What pushes it up to 7%?
It really comes down to the ownership structure you use
Yeah.
and whether the property is brand new. If you're buying through a Thai limited company, for example, or if there's VAT involved on a new build, those fees can climb really, really fast. You have to have a buffer.
So it's not just about affording the villa, it's affording the transaction itself.
And the setup, furnishing, getting the utilities turned on, all of that adds up.
Okay, let's zoom out a bit. What's actually driving the market in Phuket? What's pushing prices?
It's a pretty consistent picture. You have 3 main drivers pushing prices up. First, tourism growth. More tourists means more demand for rentals.
Makes sense.
Second, new infrastructure, better roads, new facilities, that always adds value. And third, a growing full-time expat population. They're not just renting, they're buying, creating a stable base for the market.
But what about things like the global economy or the strength of the Thai baht?
Now that's where the variability comes in. If the global economy slows down, you have fewer foreign buyers. And the baht, if it gets really strong, Phuket suddenly becomes a lot more expensive for someone buying with dollars or euros, even if the price in baht hasn't changed.
So you need an agent who gets the currency game, not just the property game.
You absolutely do.
Let's connect that back to the neighborhoods. We talked about the vibe, but how does that translate to investment value? Let's take Patong.
Patong is your high-volume, high-energy nightlife hub. Great for investors who want high occupancy for short-term rentals. It's all about cash flow, but it's not for everyone. Not a place for quiet capital growth.
And contrast that with somewhere like Bang Tao again.
Bang Tao is much more established. Family-friendly, big resorts, golf courses. You're looking at steadier capital appreciation there, and you attract a different, often higher spending kind of renter.
What about the quieter spots? Are they a good buy?
Places like Rawai and Nai Harn are more laid back. You've got that bohemian, island-hopping vibe. The entry price is lower, which is appealing, But your rental yields might be a bit lower too.
And at the very top end.
You have My Cow. It's up north, very secluded, long empty beaches, super luxury resorts.
Yeah.
That's for the buyer who is prioritizing privacy and really long-term wealth preservation. It's a different world.
Okay, so you've picked a neighborhood, you've got your budget. Now comes the part that I think scares people the most. Finding the right people to guide you. Who are the absolute non-negotiables?
You need two people in your corner. First, a top-tier real estate agent, not just a tour guide. Someone who knows Phuket inside and out, who really listens, and who can negotiate for you.
And the second person, this seems to be the real key, the specialist property lawyer. Why is this one person an investment you cannot skip?
Because they're your watchdog. Their job is to make sure you're buying an asset, not a liability. They do the obvious things, like check the title deeds are legitimate, but the critical part is they check for what are called encumbrances.
What does that mean?
It's a legal term for hidden problems.
Hold on.
Liens, outstanding debts, family disputes, things that are attached to the property that you could end up inheriting. A good lawyer finds those before you ever sign anything. It's priceless protection.
Okay, so you have your lawyer. You're now physically looking at villas. It's easy to get wowed by an infinity pool. What are the boring but essential things you have to check?
You have to switch your brain from holidaymaker to inspector. I'm talking about looking for hairline cracks in walls, which can mean foundation issues, checking for water stains on the ceilings.
Signs of leaks?
Exactly. And corrosion. Anything metal near the coast can have issues, especially electrical panels. You have to check everything. Turn on the taps, check the water pressure in the top floor bathroom.
And the big ticket items, like the pool.
Oh, absolutely. You need to look at the pool's pump and filtration system. That's a very expensive thing to replace. And then step outside the villa's walls. Listen, what do you hear? Is there construction next door? What's the access road like? These things kill resale value.
Okay, now, for the biggest, most complicated hurdle of all, the ownership structure. So how does a foreigner legally buy and hold a villa in Thailand?
This is where your lawyer earns their fee, because foreigners, as a rule, cannot own land freehold. So there are three main legal paths everyone uses. The most common for villas is the leasehold agreement.
Right, so you're not owning the land, you're leasing it long term.
Correct. You get secure possession of the land and the villa on it for a long period. The standard is a 30-year lease, but it's structured with 2 prepaid renewal options, each for another 30 years.
So you're effectively securing it for up to 90 years?
That's the mechanism, yes. It's the most straightforward way to do it.
But, as an investor, how can I be sure that second or third renewal will actually happen 30 or 60 years from now?
That is the perfect question. And the answer is it all comes down to the quality of the initial contract. Those renewal clauses have to be drafted perfectly and registered against the title deed itself. It has to be legally ironclad from day one.
I see. Okay, option 2, the Thai Limited Company. This one sounds tricky with the 51% rule.
It is more complex, but it allows the company to own the land freehold. The law says over 51% of the shares must be held by Thai nationals.
So, on paper, you don't have control. How do you protect yourself?
This is where the legal magic happens. You maintain control through legal mechanisms, not just share percentages. The foreign shareholder can be given preferred shares with more voting rights. Or you can use loan agreements that give the foreign investor financial control. Or you structure the company articles so that only the foreign director can make key decisions, like selling the property. It's complex, but very doable with the right lawyer.
And the third option is much simpler, but only for certain properties.
Right, condominium freehold. For a condo unit, you can own it directly in your own name, freehold. But, and it's a big but, there's a 49% foreign ownership quota in any single building.
So if a building is already 49% foreign-owned, you're out of luck.
You're out of luck for freehold, yes. You'd have to buy it on a leasehold basis instead. So you have to check that quota before you do anything.
It's so clear that the legal structure is everything. Okay,
Yeah.
let's say you've picked a structure, you've done the inspections, now you negotiate.
And it's not just about the price. Your agent helps you negotiate the completion date. Who pays for minor repairs you found, what furniture is included. It all goes into the agreement.
Which brings us to the payment schedule. How is that usually structured?
It's typically done in 3 stages to protect everyone. You'll put down an initial deposit, maybe 10 to 20%, to secure the property. Then, after about 30 or 60 days, once your lawyer has finished all their checks, you'll pay a second installment, maybe another 20 or 30%. The final big payment happens on the day of transfer.
And every single one of those negotiated points has to be in the final contract.
Every single one.
Uh-huh.
In writing. Before any serious money changes hands.
Then comes the big day, the final transfer of ownership.
It's the finish line. It happens at the local land department office. Everyone is there, buyer, seller, lawyers. You pay the final taxes and fees, and the title deed or lease is officially registered in your name or your company's name.
And the keys are yours, but it doesn't quite end there, does it? Especially if it's an investment property.
Not at all. Now the practicalities begin. First, you have to get all the utilities, water, electricity, internet registered in your name.
Right, and insurance.
Absolutely critical. You need comprehensive property insurance. With Thailand's climate, you have to be protected against storms, flooding, all of it. It's not a nice to have, it's essential.
And if you're planning to rent it out,
Then you need to set up rental management. A professional service, like the one Ocean Worldwide offers, is the difference between passive income and a massive headache. They handle marketing, guests, cleaning, maintenance, financial reports, everything.
so to pull it all together, what we've really done is walk through a professional framework that turns a potentially risky dream into a secure investment.
That's the takeaway. Buying in Phuket is absolutely possible, and it can be incredibly rewarding. But you have to respect the process, embrace the complexity, and most importantly, get the right experts on your team from the very beginning.
Before we go, here's a final thought for you to chew on. We talked about how your location choice reflects your objective today, but think about this. How will your chosen neighborhood be impacted by things like climate change or new infrastructure in 30 years? The decision you make on a villa in Bangtao versus Macau isn't just for now, it's a bet on the island's future. It's a generational decision.
And on that note, thank you for joining us. If this deep dive has sparked your interest, or if you're looking for that expert management we talked about, the team that provided all this insight is there to help.
Remember, Ocean Worldwide and its director Sandra O'Neill have been masters of this market since 2004. You can start your journey and see what they offer by visiting oceanwwp.com. Until next time, keep digging deeper.